Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How is everyone?
Good.
Well, thank you.
Let's start with the protests last night in downtown LA. Frank, you were covering them, right?
Yeah, this was a protest by hundreds of people that shut down the 101 freeway. One person was injured after they jumped on a CHP cruiser, then fell down as he hopped off the car as it accelerated. The focus was the police videotaped death of 46-year-old George Floyd in Minneapolis. The incident has sparked outrage across the country because one officer is seen with his knee on the back of Floyd's neck as he cries out that he can't breathe. Floyd was African American. This was the first big Black Lives Matter protest in LA since the pandemic hit. Like most organizations, most of their organizing has moved online, aimed not just at the Floyd death. This protest was also aimed at Jackie Lacey, who they say has not prosecuted enough officers involved in shootings. She's prosecuted just one. Lacey says she has held police accountable, but that the standard for prosecuting police officers is very high. Black Lives Matter plans another protest at 10 a.m. in Pan Pacific Park on Saturday.
Many of those Black Lives Matters protesters that were protesting yesterday have also raised opposition to the city's budget, and Libby's been following that.
Right, that's called the People's Budget LA effort, and it's being spearheaded by Black Lives Matter LA. They've teamed up with a coalition of community groups that are pushing back on Mayor Garcetti's budget that's about to take effect July 1st. The mayor plans $230 million in cuts and partial furloughs for most city workers, but Garcetti's budget left LAPD spending levels mostly alone, and public sector unions, including the police, negotiated significant raises last year, which are included in the new budget. The group behind the People's Budget released a report this week that lays out a vision of more investment in social work, in transportation, in mental health care, and in alternatives to policing. The big question, though, is whether any of this is realistic. The police union certainly doesn't want to reopen contract negotiations, but Councilmember Mike Bonin, who I spoke to this week, says he believes that it's really the only way to bridge this massive revenue gap that the city of Los Angeles is facing.
Speaking of that revenue gap, the city and the state are trying to reopen, and Emily's been covering malls trying to get back to business.
That's right. Malls across Southern California are now reopening for in-person shopping or making plans for safety protocols when they do reopen. One of the big malls that reopened just today is the Citadel Outlets in the City of Commerce. I talked to a spokesperson from the outlets yesterday about the preparations that were required for the mall to welcome back customers. That included making sure that all usable seating is at least 6 feet apart, things like benches, tables at the food court, putting up signage and decals to remind people of physical distancing, and training staff to enforce that physical distancing. Staff will also be wearing face shields and gloves and having their temperature taken before work. Customers should know that not all stores are reopening right away. The spokesperson I talked to said that 13 stores at the outlets plan to reopen today, and about 18 would be open by this weekend. The outlet's website lists the open stores, so shoppers can check that out before they go.
And finally today, it's graduation season, and a lot of kids are not having the graduations they anticipated, but Adolfo has a story of one student celebration.
Yeah, I talked to Cypress College graduate Kylie Christensen. She got all dressed up in her cap and gown and plopped down on her living room couch and watched the 2-hour commencement for her college with her dad and boyfriend. This was last Friday. She's a dance major at the Orange County Community College, and she told me how it was very difficult to take such a personal discipline and put it into the boundaries of a video conferencing screen. She also talked to me about how she's come away from this last 3 months with video making skills and a resourcefulness that she didn't know she had. This LA Diary of College Grads is going to be up on Friday on LAist.com.
And I imagine there are hundreds of stories like that, Adolfo, all over California and the United States. Thank you for that story. And thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom. And thank you for tuning in. Take care of your health, take care of your family, and we will see you tomorrow.